Sup home skillets, welcome to another live stream. Welcome to Friday. Decided to do a bonus Friday stream and we're doing a bit of experimentation with some multi-streaming. So just experimenting with the old YouTubes. It's been a while since I've done that and I think it is working. So doing this through Restream, I'm not sure if there's a watermark on it. Oh, there is up the top, god damn it. I think I can turn that off. But that's okay. So this evening we're going to do pulled pork. Going to make our own barbecue sauce. Going to do mac and cheese and charred broccoli for a fine Friday supper. Say that 10 times fast. If anything goes horribly wrong, there's nothing I can do about it. So, let us have a look. I've realized that I can't see that's okay. Dingbottom joins us. Oh, and my little dingbottom, the widget on the right hand side there. Sup, Dingbottom. Okay, so the multi-chat is working. If you feel like going over to YouTube and having a look at Buzzmove Food, it should be live there as well. It should be like merging both of the chats and so on and so forth. Yeah, so pulled pork. What we'll do is start with, we're going to do this in the pressure cooker because we don't have enough time for any of that nonsense.
I feel quite hungry.
So we want to, is there a link to the YouTube feed? I put it, actually, how do I do it? Let me have a look. I should probably hide the browser there. And actually, view my channel. Yeah, so. I think, like, I wonder, I didn't, oh. Oh, there's ads, missed it, it's all good.
It's not a joint chat on the screen. You might see a joint chat there, which is the main thing. Because I put a message in the YouTube chat and it's not on the screen.
Okay.
Just FYI.
Wolfie, coming in with the sub, thank you very much. Whoa. That is helpful, thank you, yes. Boomshine can see it, yeah, it looks like.
Oh, maybe I'm just blind.
Yeah, here they come now. Yeah, man, there's a bit of, I don't know where these servers are, but so I'm using Restream. Presumably not in Australia. So now there's even more latency.
It probably doesn't help that I'm watching both screens.
Yeah, so if you, at Buzzmove Food on YouTube, this is just an experiment. Oh, yeah. Just to see how the bandwidth goes, so I'm using a restreaming service. Yeah, they're being, yeah, there you go. So it puts you can see if it's Twitch or YouTube with the little marker next to your avatar. Cool. All right. So that seems to be working well enough for me to at least start making dinner we want. Garlic powder, onion powder. What's everyone having for dinner tonight? Paprika. Salt. Well, so if you're a VIP, a subscriber, or a mod, if you post a link to a picture, so like, okay, so like it has to be, so I've written that in the new tab. So like if I take this and post it into Twitch chat, it should pop up directly in the chat.
I can't see my messages in the on-screen chat.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know what must be going on my weird time because I can't see it.
I can see it.
Yeah, but in the in-screen chat.
On YouTube or Twitch?
On both. I'm watching it on Twitch and I'm watching it on YouTube, and the chat that shows on your overlay
Yeah,
doesn't show my message.
I can see it. Okay, well we will do
On
some.
the screen.
Yeah,
Come here and have a look.
well, so I'll just make the rub first. Post another thing. Just say hello in Twitch or something.
I'm saving it in YouTube.
Fresh garlic powder. Smells like garlic. Pepper, onion, and a can of cola. I'll get these into a little bowl. So,
Yeah, so only the chats from Twitch appear on the on-screen.
oh, there's a bit of a lag, yeah. Oh, I should have got some new onion powder as well. This has definitely become quite coagulated. Camera. There we go. I just wanted to see, because it's actually quite difficult. Well, the interface is not very easy to. On YouTube, you sort of have to set everything up. It's actually not as intuitive as going live on Twitch. It seems to me. But it's been a while since I've done it, so this is just an experiment. All gummed up. Seems to happen with every onion powder.
Yeah, I saw the thing about how you meant to put it in the fridge.
Oh.
And apparently
Okay, onion powder in the fridge. Is this a thing that people do? Because yeah, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever had a bottle of onion powder that hasn't gone like chunky like this. It doesn't. I don't know how it works on, and they'll probably be able to see this, Wolfie. But I don't know. Yeah, I have live streamed on YouTube before, but it was like back in the very, very early days of live streaming. No Funyun powder. I'm going to call that enough. Alright. 2 teaspoons of paprika. And I'll actually use a bit of hot paprika as well. Oh. So, voting tomorrow, if you haven't already. Salt. It's probably about 2 teaspoons. Yeah, well, we'll go. I mean, so apparently you can go to Old Parliament House, and you can vote there, no matter which electorate you're from. But it's probably a bit of a mission when we could just walk to the school. Boomshine is in the electorate of Bean, which always makes me think of Mr. Bean. Yeah, we're about 2 away as well. What was that image? The succulent Chinese meal. Oh, it's Muppets. Actually, well, I don't know if the chat works for you, but hang on. Yeah, and now I can actually I'll post this straight in. I knew this would come in handy. There you go. Oh, I don't know why that didn't pop up as an embedded image. He died recently indeed, and then we had a succulent Chinese meal to commiserate? He was a scam artist though. Alright, so... well, Boomshine and Chili Skylines and Dingbottom and I were in Sydney over the weekend, and we had a succulent Vietnamese meal at Fat Noodle, which is Luke Nguyen's anchor restaurant for Star Casino. Okay, so here is our spice mix. Yeah, me too. So because we're doing this in the pressure cooker, we can also brown it. Fat noodle in here. Pork. Oh, it's a lot of pork. Fat nudes. So we're not going to use all of this. Camera. Air fried cinnamon sugar cookies. Mmm. Now that sounds like something Shelley would be interested in. Mmm. I'm going to take off my watch so I don't get pork juice in it. Pork time. How big is your air fryer, Wolfie? Going to need a plate. You wouldn't recommend it. What went wrong? So I think we will do half this way. God, it's heaps. And then this can go away. Now it says to take the crackling off, I'm pretty sure. So what I'm going to do is do that. Man, it's a lot of meat. And we save that skin because there is a pork roast in the very near future. All right. Lettuce. So we mix the garlic and the spices, yada yada yada. Coat it. And then we brown it. That is good. Cool. Might even do the browning in batches. Saute on medium and a bit of olive oil. Yeah, we'll have to do 2 bits at a time. There will be leftovers, obviously. Ah, tomato. This is actually a pork roast. Pork shoulder roast. So I'm looking, I think it's about 500 grams. I've cut the skin off, what we're doing here. And yeah, we'll use that later. But yeah, this should do it. Welcome on in, tomato. What's the haps down your end? Let me check the... Well, the bandwidth seems to be fine. So that's the first aspect. it's not hot enough. And I feel like maybe I'll freeze the pork. I suspect we probably won't want roast pork tomorrow.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Yeah. In the middle of the dang night, what will you have as midnight snack? Yeah, I'll put it in the fridge just for the moment. Work out the logistics. Smells awesome immediately. What do we need to know? Yeah, so we're just going to brown both of these. And then we add the onion, cola, and then cook for 1 hour. It's actually pretty straightforward. I like me a good bit of French toast. I can recommend trying French toast with Vegemite. It's like a surprisingly good combination. You're giving Wolfie ideas. I like doing mushroom steaks, so like you do diced up tomato, basil and onion, and then sort of stuff the mushroom caps, and then on a barbecue. That's a good way to do that. Oh, you have a pork shoulder as well? Excellent. All right. So, barbecue sauce. So barbecue sauce is here, and that all goes into a pot. I can do that. Just going to heat up the oven as well. I hear a cat. Hello, Whitey. To keep the door shut because the damn yappy dog next door just won't stop yapping. It is a commitment. I was going to do like slow cook on coals this recipe, but slow cooking doesn't make for the most exciting live stream. All right. Is tomato sauce still out here? That manky bottle, yeah. Whoa,
Everything is
we just
like-
got a sub. How did I miss that? Thank you very much for the sub. Shuzanarts? Shizunarts. Oh. Welcome on in. Yeah, this is an Instant Pot. It sounds scary, but it's actually like smaller than Whitey, that dog. I want a cup and a half of this. Unless it's always, like an always on kind of thing. This is looking brown. Just gonna give it a little bit more. I had started to try and fix the animal video resolution today, but it took me a couple of hours to get this all synced up. So 1.5 cups. Of tomato sauce. Apple cider vinegar. Paprika, pepper, salt, garlic, onion powder. That's exactly what this is. Quarter cup of brown sugar. This is probably ready. Yeah. So, just browning for the Maillard effect and the flavour there. Well worth doing. We've got the collar as well, so we're doing a bit of a sauce and then, well, a sauce for this and then the barbecue sauce to mix in with it at the end. Brown sugar. And then for this sauce, all we do is put it on the stove and let it bubble. Nick, welcome on in. What's the haps on this fine Friday afternoon? I was going to do Dr. Pepper, but I thought I'll just stick with Coke Classic this time around. It's a very American thing to do. So that is the brown sugar. I've never done pulled pork in the Instant Pot before. So, get ready for excitement. Well, that'll make me, you and Tomato pulled pork. That's what's happening. Garlic. Ooh, butter. What will you have for dinner tonight then, Nick? if not pulled pork. Yeah. Well, last stream, Tomato, we did Sloppy Joes. Which I'd never actually eaten myself. And it was good. I understand why it's like an American staple. Garlic. It smells pretty authentic at this stage. HSP. Oh yeah, halal snack pack. Oh, so much meat. Oh, this is for this. So 2 cloves of garlic. And this is pretty much where we need it to be. Maybe a bit on this side. I'll go in with both now. The more colour, the better. Yeah, it's difficult to... I don't know how they do it. The snack packers. Out of... They do have that knack. Let's have a look at the recipe. So really, we're just adding 1 onion and a can of the cola. Me and Shelley, this is not just 1 meal. So 1 chopped onion. Yeah. Actually, snack packs are like, you mean like a chocolate, kind of like dairy. We'll keep speaking. But snack pack is like halal kebab meat, like Middle Eastern style. That was close. Oh, not really sure why it's called a snack pack. Oh, I got myself. Oh. Surprised it didn't happen earlier. We will survive. Don't let me forget to log.
Fatality.
So, and the cola. Yeah, also last night I did my thumb here, and then yeah, it's just basically just skinning myself. Cola. Wow.
Best sauce to pair with pork.
I am gonna go with applesauce. I need the lid. Wait, I can't see. What are our options? Oh, it can show me here. Plum sauce, interesting. I'm going in with the applesauce. Gravy. Yeah, gravy. I see where you're coming from. Lid. How long? 4. I think it was 1 hour. Yeah. Oops, that's the wrong. So, pressure. Oh, hang on. I'm going to move it out of the way. One hour, starting now. Excellent. Let's go over to the cooktop. Can't remember which view is good. That was unlucky with the drop. What's going on, Ants? I believe that will be the term from now on. Whoops, just bashed the camera there. Alright, so we've done the tomato sauce, we've done the sugar, done the garlic, done the cider vinegar. We haven't done the molasses. We'll just work, so I'll do the Worcester or Worcestershire, depending on where you're from. Old Holbrooks. tablespoons. 1, 2. Okay, well this is going pretty well. 2 teaspoons of paprika. Something like that. I'm fairly sure it's just Worcester. And actually, this will be the second time this week that so I had to buy. Now every household in Australia has Keen's traditional curry and Keen's mustard. So this is very British. And in every single Australian household, they're all really, really out of date. So the one that I had was like 10 years out of date. So don't use it very often. And I question, it's pretty mild. Anyway, so you buy it for one recipe and then you never use it again. I get to use it twice. So it's been worth the $4. Worcestershire. Worcester. Music has died. No, it doesn't go bad, it just stops tasting like anything. Like with any ground spice. Like this is quite fresh and it smells like there is actually something going on. You won't get hurt eating it, it just doesn't. Yeah, keen as mustard, that's it. That's a classic Australian saying, probably British too. Yeah, that's it. Like, there's not too much to worry about. It's just, you know, if it's 10 years old, just making sure this, because a few weeks ago we had an issue with this when we were cooking rice and it didn't. Well, I hope it doesn't explode. Very sad. So I think I've got feedback for the developers of cider. I think I've worked out when it crashes. Yeah, and then you can't see the kitchen, which is interesting. Okay. May as well put some Minecraft on for the moment. Now, I suspect, in fact, let's do an investigation. Ingredient, mustard powder. Yeah, like I said, it really doesn't taste that much. Like you get like a really faint kind of horseradishy kind of thing. Well, speaking of macaroni and cheese, sorry?
Like a bay leaf.
Yeah, like a bay leaf. Yeah, that's actually a good assessment. I rest my case, Wolfie. I rest my case. Speaking of mac and cheese, I'm going to turn our attention now to recipe10eats.com. I'm sure you've all come across in the media over the past 48 hours. The question of copyright and recipes has come to the fore as she's made allegations that some other influencers copied a bunch of her recipes and published in a book that's made over $4 million to date. Now, these are both rich women, both popular, you know, with sizable followings online, and she has engaged, apparently at great cost, lawyers to get Penguin to like take the book off the shelves. So you can't, and she knows this. You can't copyright recipes. So in fact, if we use this as an example, it's blowing up, Wolfie. Where have you been? So this recipe here, for example, so we see the ingredients called for. Everything that I'm highlighting here, perhaps with the exception of the stuff in the brackets, but everything here is uncopyrightable because you can't copyright like a method or a fact. What you can copyright is, so this, the flavor text, we call it in cookbooks, and then all this other lead-in crap. It's just, to be honest, she has good recipes. I can't stand the site. Like, I don't care about your story. The reason why food sites do this was originally for SEO, search engine optimization. So if you put the whole backstory about how your grandmother made it and, you know, the first time you discovered this thing, yada, 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 you know, it's the personal story, the personal touch, but it's primarily to drive the web traffic. That is entirely copyrightable. That is copyright, but you can't copyright recipes. And so it's kind of weird that she's done this. There was, and I can't remember the name of the app, but there was a couple of guys that put together this. It was a couple of years ago where it was basically like a web scraper that would go and run in, grab all the recipes from these sites that have a bajillion ads on them, just scrape the essentials and then put it into an app. And they abandoned the project because of the backlash from the content creators was so strong that they, even though they were legally sound, they decided, you know, they poked the bear and it wasn't worth it. Not normally, if you use a recipe, recreate it or interpret it, you credit the recipe that you get it from. It's just a courtesy thing. There's no law, there's no requirement. But normally, and even the big celebrity chefs do this. You know, say, I found this, or, you know, I had this at a place and this is my version of it. But I don't understand why she's done this, because, like, I don't know what she thinks the outcome will be. It's an issue of like ethics rather than law, I think. So you can copyright the blog content. No, you can. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, sorry. Yes. So, like, You can if, so like, and Jamie's a great example of this. So here's an example here. All right, so we're looking at Peruvian ceviche. So the ingredients, and so he hasn't really added his own words in the ingredients here. It's just these ingredients. That you probably could, although I probably wouldn't go up against Jamie Oliver's lawyers. That's not copyrightable. But you see how here at the bottom, like through it, he's using his own voice. So it's like, throw most of your herb mixture into the bowl with the fish and very quickly toss it together. I'm talking no more than 10 seconds here. That's his voice, that's his expression, that's his description, that's his creative addition to the process. So you couldn't copy and paste that. You would get sued. But if you took these ingredients and rewrote this entire thing that didn't have his voice in it, then you're good, essentially. Yeah, that's right. So her issue is plagiarism, which is kind of a bit different in the food world. I would put forward. So like this top, he's describing how he found this in New York, and it's a lovely appetizer. It was absolute dream and delight to make and eat. That's his words, right? But he can't copyright how to make ceviche. So this you can use. This you cannot use, and this you have to rewrite entirely, and then pair them together, and then it's your recipe. You can alter it a little bit because you might have like legitimate input into that recipe, right? You may have a preference. You might think you've got a better way of doing it. So you can't copyright recipes. And so I don't know what she's done here. Yeah, so and that's the other sort of example, because you know how it's like the urban legend of how only like 3 people know the Coca-Cola recipe. Because if other people knew it and distributed it, they couldn't be sued for copyright infringement because it is a description of how to make a thing. Like with bread. 3 ingredients, 4 ingredients. How many bread books are there, right? Start with bread and thinking about. Otherwise, the first bread recipe is the only bread recipe. And obviously that's not how it works. There are a few other laws that aren't copyright that apply to food sciences. So like in the case of Coca-Cola, I think of KFC, like the secret herb blend or whatever it is. You can have so like a trade secret and like trademarks, and you can protect your intellectual property under other laws apart from copyright. But that's not what we're talking about here, and it is why there's heaps of videos on YouTube. It's like, here's how to make Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper, or here's our approximation. But it's the combination of the ingredients and also the process that if the product, the end result, the product of the combination of those things is so distinctive, for a consumer to reasonably and sort of like commonly recognize those combinations as this company's product, their trademark. If you think of I threw it in the bin, like the ribbon device, they call it. So this is so commonly understood as Coca-Cola that they can actually copyright that particular shape. Well, it's a trademark, it's not copyright. And that's actually an important distinction. So bottom line is I'm not really sure why she did that. I understand that it would be frustrating, but I don't really understand, you know, it must have been just like this emotional kind of, I think, you know, she's saying it's plagiarism, and plagiarism isn't cool. Got it. But you just walked into like a lot of money that you're going to have to spend to try and prosecute this, and I don't really know. This is distinct from fair use, yeah? This is a different... It tastes like barbecue sauce. So, colours are another good one, Wolfie, and I feel like I've lost track of what the hell I was doing. Colours aren't actually copyrighted. So again, go back into the bin here, and let's look at the Coke Red and then Cadbury Purple. Largely when people are talking about that, they're talking about what comes down to Pantone, the company Pantone. So you can't copyright a fact. And so no, actually you don't copyright a color. But if that color is so associated with your brand over time, if you think of making Rock-a-Roller with a slightly different colored red and a slightly different swoosh on the can, they could take you to court and say, hey, we think that Buzzmoo is trying to leverage our brand recognition to sell his own product. And they would win. Yeah, so this happens to Boomshine as well. Which is partly why I'm relatively familiar with the topic. But Pantone doesn't copyright colors. It has a copyrighted system of identifying colors, and it's become a de facto standard. So you have to pay to have access to the catalog of colors, but it's the indexing, it's the numbers that they associate with the colors, so that you say, I want red 1, 2, 3, and Pantone red 1, 2, 3 is its own thing, but they don't actually own that color. It's a legal minefield. And speaking of recipe 10, I forgot to make the what we're all here to see, which is mac and cheese. That didn't come down. So, blah 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 blah. I'm sure she's nice. Do you want me to make the whole thing? Would you want some later? All right. Butter. Macaroni. No, but if someone made Pepsi, that was obviously an attempt to imitate the look and feel of it, then they would sue them for trademark infringement. Trademark.
Yeah, maybe if it was an actual canned beverage.
Yeah. So you get it with RC Cola and other brands, like you see where they try and push it right up to the edge, or LA Cola, or LA Ice. You know, it's got blue, red, white. It's cola. It's got a sphere somewhere. So this is them pushing it up to the boundaries where the purpose of the law, of these laws, is to make sure that people can't capitalize on your hard work and make an inferior product and trick consumers into thinking this looks like Pepsi, that's Pepsi. I'll take that. And you did it on the strength of the thing that they copied. Fallout on the list of things to play. All right, breadcrumbs. Oh, that got a bit sidetracked there. I haven't tried to drop in the cake yet. Flour. Now, every time I, if I do a little, gaming or something else on the side, like with that pinball stream, people are like, oh, so no cooking tonight? I'm like, yeah. Making pizza, man. We have some nice Gruyere. Straight out of Switzerland. So get ready for that. Oh, Flutter! There you go. Welcome aboard. How goes the Lego? You were building a BB-8 last time I checked in. That might have been last week or the week before. It will be creamy. And then I've got bocconcini, not mozzarella.
Yeah, I thought we could just use the BB.
Oh yeah. BB-8 complete. What's next? Let's cook some. I can get all this perhaps. The thing about Lego Flutter though is, where do you put it all after you've made it? That's the problem. I'm gonna salt this water. So this barbecue sauce, I'm going to turn down now and we're going to try it again. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Oh, Kingfisher. I long ago promised myself that every time that I finished a Lego model and enjoyed it, I would then disassemble it and put it back. Never done that. Alright, so we are cooking the mac. And we're going to make a roux. A roux! Oh. Two tablespoons. We were having a bit of trouble with the new cooktop. think I am going to do a warranty call on it. Ad done. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, Lego, yeah. Yeah, I never took the Lego apart. But it would save a lot of space. Oh, local uni. Glad to seeing the tracking is doing what it should. I'm gonna need another one. So, I hate that sound. Yeah, we've got what have we got? We've got like those botanics. So we've got like a succulent at the doors where all the keys are at the front door. Got birds of paradise somewhere. And then something else. Oh, the bonsai garden, yeah. That one's cool. And a set of Seinfeld.
And the White House and Boba Fett.
Yeah, I've got a White House, a Boba Fett. I've got a probe droid, Imperial probe droid. A couple of years ago, Shelley and I bought each other the same Christmas present, which was that Seinfeld set.
And I think we even wrote the same conclusion.
Yeah. And then we both put it under the tree and it's the same size and it sounded the same. And I was like, uh-oh. It's like something that would happen in Seinfeld. So, the room. Are you working again? I saw your surgery dramas flutter. Looks painful and frustrating. What's the update? Oh, she's gone. Out for sushi, dark beer. Back to work. I had a nice stout yesterday. All good. Well, thank you for stopping by. No pain. That's unexpected but pleasing, I assume. I could go for some sushi. Alright. Let's shred some cheese. Oh, you finished? I wish I did. I'm actually on leave this week. Oh. Back on Monday. Alright. Well, I'm glad you're able to get some time. How much was this? 150. Come on, Switzerland, what's going on? Oh, no pain. Yeah, I see. I see. Well, good. I'm glad. Chronic pain Where's he down? Just want to try some of this. Haven't had cheese from Switzerland for a while. That's good Gruyere. So we want 3 cups. How am I doing for time? 1 hour, 14 minutes. Yeah. Someone I used to supervise used an IUD to avoid period pain because it was just so and associated issues because it was just so bad that it was actually quite an effective treatment. Absolutely. I don't envy that. At all. Yeah. The only where I work, I mean, it's more than 50% women in the department that I've worked for. Most of the people that I've worked with have been female, and you know, when you get that, you know, you need the day off. Like it's a shame that it's not like a category of leave, frankly. I sure as hell wouldn't want to go to work for that with that. So it's interesting that she doesn't cool the roux. Oh, hang on. Did she say whole? No. Warmed. Okay. No, I was going to say. At least it was one or the other and not both. I think that's a good outcome. Because they are doing, I think, Endometriosis Day now. Or at least there's like a push for it. Awareness Month. Yeah. Be horrible. 500, 650. Wait. Yeah. 5, 6. Warmed. It was. Wow. I'm glad there's at least some sort of resolution. Yeah, that sucks. Oh, pelvic. No kids. Hey, it's probably for the best. Adenomyosis. I knew someone who had a. How does it work? So the ovary, like the fertilized ovary, had started to. It was in the wrong place, like outside of the wall. I forget how it goes. It wasn't in the right place, like in a quite like an unexpected place. I'll check on the audio there, Boomshine. It could be. Could very well be. I forget what that was called. It's like on the wrong side of the lining of the womb. What? Egg topic. Egg topic. Could be. I'm not a womb doctor. This is what it is. Adenomyosis. Adenomyosis. Anyway, that sounded quite painful too. There we go. Okay, yeah. So grows into the uterine wall. Yeah, this sounds right. And they didn't believe endometriosis existed. Damn doctors. My audio is falling asleep. I think it's the microwave. Okay. I want to love this jug, but this always happens. The spout is just not. Oh. I'm gonna do it over the sink. I don't think the spout is right. Where did I put my... I'll get a new tea towel. All right. How much macaroni? 250 grams. Oh, I forgot I had a lurk command. Okay. What is the temperature? $180 on the oven. Oh yeah, and maybe we'll have to watch another. Oh yeah. Cool.
Really good.
Oh. We are. This username not exist. Vibrant salutations indeed. They are brimming with delectable creations. How does your culinary adventure unfold in this moment of inspiration? I think I know who this is. It is unfolding relatively well. I've only cut myself once, so that's the start. Welcome to the kitchen. Username. We are doing pulled pork. We're doing mac and cheese, and we are doing some charred broccoli. And we're also experimenting doing some dual streaming out to YouTube. There's been a few technical hiccups, but so far, so decent. How about you? What's for dinner at your end? We were talking about copyright and recipes just before, and we are just making the mac and cheese now. So we've got the pork is on, and we have our barbecue sauce here, and then we've just got our macaroni happening there. I'm starting to get a little bit suspicious about this recipe though. And I've decided I don't like that Mason Cash. It's such a popular brand, but I don't know, man. Function over form. Wait, form over function. That's probably the problem there. And so the French would call this is a bechamel. And this is a mother sauce. And it is getting thick, and I'm going to pour more milk into it over here because I don't want to clean the cooktop again. So we've got 20 minutes left on the pulled pork. So, that's my story. Let's have a look at we want the topping now. And I forgot what the ratio was. No, it's just breadcrumbs and salt. I can do that. said butter as well, but I feel like there's enough going on. I feel like I want to move one of these key lights. But welcome in, red alert, red alert. And then the last thing is going to be the broccoli, because I just needed something to balance this out. It was getting a bit too American. You know what, I'm going to do all of them. Yeah, I reckon. So we're up to we'll watch season 5 tonight, and episode 5 tonight, and you know they're not dumbing anything down. Turn that up a little bit. You know, it's violent. They're sort of moving out of traditional Disney territory. I found Ningbottom, I got a little bit lost. There was a lot of mumbling, I find. Mumbling in Andor.
Yeah. A lot of moody dialogue.
Moody dialogue. That's the charitable term for mumbling.
It's been good though.
Mm.
I can't wait to see what happens tonight. I feel like tonight we're going to get some developments.
Yeah, I think the story's going to move. Yeah.
Like some things will come to a conclusion.
Yeah.
In a way. Maybe.
Yeah.
But something else will start.
Mm.
It's only halfway through, so.
Yeah. But no, I'm enjoying it. Remind myself this is not a non-stick pan. You got Andor, you got... I don't remember their names either. Bix, that's the girl that's tortured. The one that is in the apartment questioning her commitment to the rebellion. Mon Mothma. I don't know what the other characters' names are. Stellan Skarsgård. Look, you, with a name like Stellan Skarsgård, you're born to mumble. Yeah, I don't know the name of the lead rebel. I don't know the name of his assistant in the... Well, she's probably the leader in the antique shop. I don't know the name of Mon Mothma's husband, daughter. But it probably doesn't matter. Well, Boomshine's saying exactly that. Mac is done. Calm it down. Oops. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think Cassian Andor is Vladimir Zelensky. So I'll Google it tomorrow, and if no one's made a good meme, I'll get on that. Okay. Last step. We're going to blanch some broccoli. And I'm also going to check YouTube now that things have slowed down. Have I been missing anything? Yeah, so okay. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking about doing the meme there, where he is like distressed and or trying to say help me. God damn, I hate those guys so much. Okay. Damn right we are, Hugh. And matters less in our election, but I see yours has concluded. Congratulations on democracy. Hurrah! Chili sauce. Hey, why is that not? That's terrorist talk, man. Do you go to like presumably just like a local school or something? Where are your polling stations? Out in the great northern wilds. Let's get a dish. It's a bit loud. Oops. Why do I think that you live in Canada? Then that's the real question. It is just a roast, yeah. Whoa.
I've been calling it crandall.
Nah.
That's the sound of your brain ticking over.
Nah, I'm saying Canadian. Nah, I'm gonna ask Marge. Quiet, you, I can't remember. It might have been me, I can't remember. Just cut the check and I'll release some endorphins. Ooh. I have no donor link. No donor. Uh, this is the problem with being an internationally viewed channel. Sometimes you lose track of where your fans are. You save your pennies, Flutter, and go and buy yourself a new Lego set. Nah. Yeah, and that's actually not a bad idea, Orange. Leave it with me. I will attempt to complicate this stream even further. It really is quite complicated. Like, I think I've overdone it. Butter chicken. Butter chicken is one of my signature dishes. Oh, thanks, Flutter. Boomshine is the unintended recipient. yeah. Thank you very much. I mean, it actually has been a couple of years that Flutter and I have been back and forward on the old streaming. Yeah, well, I think he might have been. I don't know if it gifts someone. I don't know. Forgot what I was saying. So this is up to the ball. Orange is filling the empty space that Chisel has left. Gonna give this some salt and pepper now. Damn right he can. Next time, treat yourself. Treat yourself. The old daily grind. I blew the pressure ring on my fluffer valve on the coffee machine last week. And I can't be bothered taking it apart properly to fix it. You bought beer. That is also a good option. Well, since Hugh has miraculously moved from the Northern Hemisphere to South Australia, he's probably within shouting distance of wherever the hell Flutterbite's is having sushi. Faster. Ooh, I don't know what P means. I don't know if I want that. Closer, eh? Well, I'll be damned. Queensland. When will they learn? Well, if you come to Canberra, so yeah, we're talking about. Don't know why I was talking about the stout before, but just about 15 seconds walk from where I live is a gastropub, and they get a lot of. They care about the beer, and they really do emphasize Canberra breweries. Micro, and when I say micro, I mean like actual garage project. Like that term's thrown around a lot, but there's a couple of garage projects in garages not too far from here, and they put them on tap. And then you got your classics, but yeah, I had a fantastic stout. It was pretty light, so it's like a 9%. It had a bit of ale in it, so it wasn't like drink. I had a whole pint, and no problems. I had like dark cherry, obviously like coffee and chocolate, but it wasn't just like oh. It had some ale character to it, so it was like a drinkable, like a session stout, if that's even a thing. Let us get a bowl and fill it with ice. You got that right, Wolfie. Lettuce leaf. So the pork is about to pop. And in. So this, I'm still a bit suspicious about this. What? That is the pork. Got it. So, final steps are, we are going to whack the cheese into the white sauce. Then we're going to mix it into this pasta, hit it with the topping, and then we're just browning it so it's all cooked. ASMR beeping, yes. And, well, we've got 10 minutes on the pork. Not bad for... Well, I haven't cooked any of this before, actually, now that I think about it. this could be up a little bit. Cool. I don't know, there's many places that chili hasn't driven. What was your favourite part about rural South Australia? She stopped responding. Oh!
Well, one cool thing was like a 500-year-old tree.
500-year-old tree?
Yep.
Oh.
That is really big.
Did you say, that's a big ass tree?
I'm pretty sure I did. And the Great Australian Bite.
Oh yeah, a big shark came and ate a big bite out of Australia one time. And that's why it's called the Big Australian Bite. The Great Australian Bite.
Across the Nullarbor. Going to the Great Australian Bite.
That whole shebang.
It was amazing. It was the first time I've like been somewhere where I was like, wow, I can't believe like I'm here. Like it just felt like I was at the bottom of the world.
It felt like adventure.
Yeah, it did actually.
Mm.
It'd be like going to, I don't know,
Bonnie Doon.
Machu Picchu or some shit. Like,
Machu Picchu. Why not?
and there was a place called Shelly Beach as well.
Mm. That's a good beach.
But I took some shells from the beach from Shelly Beach.
And did you see Orange Hue while you were out there?
What's that?
Did you see Orange Hue while you were out there?
Well, that's what I'm wondering about. Whereabouts?
I think we're all wondering at this stage. Looks like mac and cheese to me.
Yeah, she must have stolen this recipe from somewhere.
Mm. Okay. Into the oven. Actually, I'm going to move that. Now it's hot. Alright, I won't move it. Huh.
Fatality.
Oh. I'm quite pleased with that fatality thing.
I love how much you love that thing.
It is pretty funny.
It's hilarious.
It's comedy gold, and it fits with my. It fits with the Bosnia zeitgeist. Oh man, so I actually haven't taken a break at all. Oh. Okay, so the mac and cheese is in the oven. The pulled pork has 8 minutes to go. The broccoli just needs charring. So what we will do, actually we're pretty close to being on time. We'll take a brief break. When we return, it's basically just going to be dishing it all up. Yeah. We haven't made too much of a mess of the kitchen. Excellent. Alright. We will BRB. Stay tuned. We will not be long. Wait, which is the button?
Hello, I'm Betty Furness. In all my years with Westinghouse, I've covered some pretty interesting stories. But here is truly the most wonderful and exciting thing I've ever had the chance to talk about. It's the Westinghouse Total Electric Home. A home where electricity does everything. Heats, cools, illuminates, launders, preserves and prepares foods, entertains. It even lights a path to the front door with rayescent strip lighting. As visitors approach, more lights go on automatically to say a cheery welcome. Then, when they arrive at the door, a television camera takes their picture to tell the hostess her guests have arrived. When you step inside the Total Electric Home, you step into an entirely new concept in living, organized around electric centers, such as this entertainment center. Electric heating and cooling keep the home constantly and automatically at the most livable temperatures all year round, and keep it clean and healthful too. Sterile lamps kill airborne bacteria, while electrostatic filters remove pollen and dust. The pride and joy of the man of the house is the Weather Control Center, a center that puts you in charge of the electric heating and air conditioning and the electronic air filtering of the entire house. If you like, the temperature of each room in the Total Electric Home can be set individually. And for the amateur weatherman, the control center reports outside wind velocity and direction, outside temperature and humidity, and barometric pressure. In the winter, the press of a button de-ices the front walk and driveway. In summer, an automatic control starts the lawn sprinklers when the ground gets thirsty. Another beautiful and practical electrical center in the Total Electric Home is the Laundry and Home Planning Center. With individual hampers, your clothes are sorted by type. Directly opposite, to save you steps, are the real geniuses of this very last word in home laundries. All you do is load the clothes in this new Westinghouse 1000 laundromat and electric clothes dryer. The remarkable program computer selects and carries out the perfect washing and drying program for every fabric at the touch of a button. It's the first home laundry that can think. Over here is the combination open fireplace and electric barbecue. By touching an electric starter, the host can get the charcoal going and demonstrate his cooking skill. And whenever the family just wants to enjoy a cozy fire, all he has to do is throw on the logs and push a button to automatically lower a protective screen. Cooking is really a joy in the food preparation center. Here you have a refrigerator that looks like fine furniture. For convenience, the upper unit of the refrigerator opens from both sides, and below are handy, spacious refrigerator and freezer drawers. Then, too, there's the miraculous electronic oven that will cook these appetizers in 6 seconds. Appetizers that were prepared from recipes kept in this microfilm file. Thousands of recipes are on file here, and simply by pressing a couple of buttons, the recipe of your choice appears on the screen. The entertainment center of the total electric home is a whole world of built-in pleasure. Never before has so much fun been organized in one convenient and compact area. Fun that the entire family can enjoy together. For the young in heart, a button selects the latest hit record and plays it automatically. Your television screen is easily aimed toward any part of the room. And for a pleasant background of stereo classics, just press for your selections and put them on the Westinghouse Stereo Fidelity set with special speakers that surround you with music. Almost every form of home entertainment is centered here. AM/FM radio, tape recorder, slide projector, games of all kinds in drawers that roll out at a touch. There's even equipment for showing your own home movies, those personal dramas and comedies written, starred in, directed, and produced by you. A sliding wall of the entertainment center conceals a built-in projector that glides out into the room. Then, at the push of a button, the lights lower automatically, a large movie screen comes down, and it's time for the show. Now, let's take a look at the Health and Beauty Center of the Total Electric Home. The center that keeps you feeling as well as you look. Here, and throughout the house, beautiful fashion plate switches control your lighting. Just a tap of the fashion plate and lights are on or off with no buttons or switches sticking out. Overhead, sun lamps shine down to give you that healthy glow. A true sun bath even while shaving or making up. Being beautiful is so much easier here too. There's an electrically warmed mirror that will never fog up. Over here is something truly remarkable. An experimental wall of light. It isn't on the market yet, but when it does go on sale, it will not only illuminate whatever room it's placed in, but also cool the room in summer and heat it in winter. To help maintain that healthy tingle, there's an electric massage table and outside an electric exerciser. You see, the Health and Beauty Center even extends outdoors into the fresh air and sunshine. A sliding wall here in the children's quarters converts one large area into 2 separate bedrooms at night. During the day, the wall slides back, and this becomes the Child's Education Center. There's an electrically operated planetarium to encourage a study of the stars. The needs of the growing children in this house are provided for mentally as well as physically, with plenty of space to study or play. Slide projectors, the latest up-to-date maps of the world, and a whole host of electrical instruments that help the eager mind explore nature's secrets and, incidentally, help with the homework. Hobbies aren't forgotten here in the Total Electric Home either. They're more fun than ever here in the Hobby Center. Notice how compactly everything is arranged, with tools and supplies that tuck away into the smallest possible space. Everything is accessible at the touch of a button.
We have... Whoop, the camera has not returned. There it is. We have returned. We have returned. Okay. Let's have a look at the pork. Boomshine may redesign the. It's got like a tavern kind of feel to it. I don't mind it. That just has a minute to go. I'm quite hungry now, actually. It smells pretty good in here. Can confirm. So, we'll just get the dairy back in the fridge and then we will char some broccoli. Barbecue sauce went well. Yeah. Hello, Whitey. Meh. How about some duck and lamb? Duck and lamb. Zote. I think we'll serve this on a platter. Steam. Yeah. We will. Asker. Coming in just at the right time. Whoa. She knows what she's doing. Welcome on in. What's the 411? We have quite a lot of liquid. We should probably check the recipe. But I'm going to pull it, and it is indeed pulling apart. Let me have a look. 93.43. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so we're down here. And so I think we need, wow, classic. What, did they just do, what expansion did they just release? I think Gibbo was talking about this the other day, but I lost track. Hello again, Whitey. You want some pulled pork? Not Cataclysm. Is it Cataclysm? So Cataclysm was, yeah, that was the last expansion that I played. Yeah. This is what I mean. Some of my, so Jimmy the Hat, who you see very infrequently here, he got a little it's like a dire wolf, or like a miniature on a plinth sent to him by Blizzard because he hadn't unsubbed for like a decade or something like that. But yeah, everyone that I talk to is kind of over it. Oh, the pulled pork. So much. Cool, or he won't let us do slash played when he's online because he's embarrassed about how many Earth hours, or years actually, combined he would have played. I'm not judging. I was just curious. Why do you really want some of this pork? Well, you can have some, Lottie. That's okay. You can do it. But we just got to make it cool down a little bit. And so to this we will be adding the barbecue sauce. I've said multiple times to all of my friends, if they want to power level me out of Tel Yggdrasil, I'm willing to unfreeze my account. I just can't keep up. That's pulled pork. I feel like I will be left behind in the dust. Is how I feel about that. I played in the WoW beta. That's a little known BuzzMe fact. Although I've probably said it a few times on stream. So, barbecue sauce. And then this can get out of the way. I will bear it in mind. So, what is my character? So, Alliance, Night Elf, Druid. Is what I was. I unfroze it when I was on long service leave. And then ran around for a long time by myself. Tried to get stupid Gibbo to take me on some raids that were just so far beyond what I could handle, and he wouldn't do it. So I rage quit. Magician is the role. Elf magician. So for those who are just joining us, I have not done these recipes before. Yeah, range DPS for sure. Ah, that's pulled pork. I don't like getting in there, like tanking it, because it's like it's a bit stressful. I just like hanging back, keeping an eye on things, you know. Yeah, I like the spells is what I like. Okay, probably got 10 minutes left in this thing. God, I can't even remember. I like the whatever the ice spells are. So like if you accidentally aggro a mob in the starting area, which is what I'm known for. Wait, would I have even had like a slow spell at that stage? Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna heat this bit up. It's probably gonna be a bit too hot. What was I looking to play the other day? I got 2 Point Museum, which is hilarious, but there's just something. So 2 Point Hospital, brilliant. I didn't play 2 Point University. And this latest one is hilarious. It's good. Couple of bugs. There's a weird mechanic in it that has sort of actually put me off. So like, and they do it in Jurassic World Evolution. So you have your whatever you're doing in your zone, but one of the core mechanics is you send your specialists off on a mission to collect things which they bring back, and the trade-off is they're not present in the facility. And then they bring back a box or a crate that pops open. But it's, I don't know, there's something about it that I can't really see the cost in sending them off. Like, not much changes if I send all my best people off on a 20-day mission that only takes like 60 seconds. And that wasn't in 2 Point Hospital, and so I'm not sure if this is the thing in other games, but this one's doing it for me. Yeah. But the humor in it is as close as The Sims and like Roller Coaster Tycoon. It has that level of hilariousness in it. The audio is fantastic, like the storylines, the names of the characters, like the NPCs, it's great. But for some reason, it's just not working for me because it's the main way that you progress, and it kind of doesn't matter what you click or who you send. They always come back with a thing that you needed, and it didn't really cost. Maybe later game it does, but like it doesn't really cost you anything to do it, and it's quite a few screens to click through, and I'm like, whatever, like, yeah. But if you haven't played any of the 2 Point games, I would start with 2 Point Hospital, and I'm just gonna make sure I'm not gonna explode this plate. And we're ready to char some broccoli. Ow. That's hot. Try the meat. Try some more. It's pretty good. Let me get you a fine forkful. How about that? Tastes like America.
That's good sauce.
More sauce. Yeah. I think actually once it sits for a while as well.
It's like the right balance of sweet and
Yeah.
meat.
Sweet, sweet meat.
Thanks very much.
I think you mean many thanks. Where'd that lime go? No, I think I am out of. Oh, actually. I have a clean one. So this is really, really, really hot. I'm going to hit it with a bit of oil. Oil conducts heat. You're gonna have to turn the fan on. Apologies in advance. Now let us double check YouTube. It still seems to be working. Yeah, that's pleasing. So we want this color, right? Like char it. Heat comes down a little bit. Salt. Pepper. And then a squeeze of lime juice. That's half a lime. All right. So this, letting it sit is pretty important, I think. So we'll do power off for that. And we're going to talk mac and cheese. Oh yeah. Hot, hot, hot. Okie dokie. I'm going to get the broccoli out now. And I'm going to get a spoon. And I'm going to not burn myself. That's way too much food. Oh, it's getting away. I'm out of. I need a paper towel. And I'm going to get one. Yeah, so we'll have to do some like sliders or something. Nachos. Whoops. Thanks, Aska. And that's the story, as they say. Must not forget to take photos. How will they know what I'm doing on social media otherwise? I don't have much in the way of social media anymore. But, yeah, that looks like pulled pork to me. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna heat 2 plates. Maybe 2 little plates. Yeah. It's almost like a finger foodie kind of thing. And how are we for time? 2 hours and 30 minutes. Hui. Alright, so we know you think by now I would learn which way is zoom and which isn't. What do we got? We got some mac and cheese. We got some charred broccoli. And we got some pulled pork is what we got. I wonder if there's a bit more of an angle. If that would be better. A damn classic. Doesn't actually look all that appealing on that screen. So the mac and cheese. So we used some Gruyere from Switzerland for this one. I always did it, and I thought to myself, do I really want blisters? Can confirm that this is mac and cheese. Yep. Yeah, I see why the Americans do it. Yeah, makes sense. It's a sweet and savory kind of thing. And then the broccoli, just to freshen things up a little bit. Yep. Done. Red alert. I'm going to review this footage on YouTube to see how well that went. But thanks everyone who followed along. Thanks for the subs and the new follows as well. It was good to see new faces in these places. We'll be back on Monday. Don't know what I'm going to be doing then, but it will definitely be something. Thanks, Wolfie. Oh yeah. On Sunday we're going to the Carillion Strikes Back for May the 4th, so it's a bell tower here in Canberra. So we're going to do a picnic, potential wedding venue. We will see. So we're doing research. We'll keep you posted. But until then, stay safe. Have a good evening, or good morning, or good night, wherever you are. Thanks, Aska. May the forks be with you all. We'll catch you again very soon. But until then, bye for now.